Good afternoon to anyone out there watching or listening. I decided that I wanted to start stream a little later today, mostly because I wanted to board. I wanted to see if I could get one of these F404s working. Now, I have another one of these over here. No, that's the case for that one. The other one is. Where the hell did I put everything? Just like I'm losing my mind. The damn thing over. Put it over there? I did put it back up there. Okay, that's why. Here, this is the one I wanted to work on first. This is the one that's put into pieces. I put everything back together, but there seems to be a little bit of a problem I'm having. So this one here has a sticky, or had a sticky eject lever, which is right here. So I took that apart, and it looked like that there was a whole bunch of dirty tackiness there that I couldn't see. So what I have done is I put that off, cleaned all that up, and now this opens without any issues, and it closes mostly. Yeah, see, it's closed. And then I hit the open button and it works. This one, however, does not seem to be closing. I'm not sure why that is. It seems that if I have a Mac, if I hold it down and then push hard enough, it will close. Or if I use the open lever and then push down, you can hear it clap. But then you can't open it without pushing it open as well. So I have to figure out what's going on with this lever here or with this part here. This is the original one I was going to put the dot on. But I'm going to save that one for later until I figure out what's going on with that eject mechanism. And instead, we're going to clean this one. I've already started it a little bit. That was caked in petroleum. This one's got a little bit of petroleum left, as is this one. This wheel seems fine, but I'll go over it, and then we've got to remove some petroleum from here. So it's going to be a little bit of a dirty, messy job early on, but we are going to take a look at those. I'm also trying to my tablet set up, but it is being a pain in the ass. Oh my lord, it is overheating badly. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to rely on my screen for now and then work on the tablet. This tablet was working before. Does not ensue confidence in anything that I do. Anyway, let's get started. I've got a bit of a snack here because it was peckish. I bought a couple of new bottles for the isopropyl. That way I can put on exactly how much I need instead of just putting it everywhere. I'll still use this one if I need to give something a good buff, but I didn't want to use it to just put IPA on things to clean it. So let's start cleaning here. Probably could do with me pinching it so I can get some a little better. Yeah. We're going to tackle that with a chem wipe afterwards as well. It's not quite touching the end. go over this one real quick as well. This one I've already cleaned, but I want to make sure that it gets cleaned better. Might just start tackling these with Kim wipes, tweezers. Might be too thick. Add a little bit. Just trying to get rid of as much petroleum in here as possible. We're getting rid of a lot of it. Now, I would just take all these wheels off and give them a good IPA bath. Taking them apart is just a pain in the butt. So, I'm not going to do that. So I've got another belt coming, which was going to be for this one, but since I have a belt and this one available, and this one is a lot has a lot less to work with, fixed. This one is going to get fixed. That is getting clean. I do want this to be as clean as possible, so this is going to be patience job. See how much clean we're getting from here. I know that the lamp is in the way, so I can get a better angle for the light. Exactly what it looks like. A lot of blackness is still coming off from there. I think it's just right into the edge there. I have to just bear with this. Again, a lot of black coming off. You can't see it, but I certainly can. So that might just be my tweezers coming through the IPA there. Ah, that's looking a lot better. Lower. The dabs of IPA. That is about as good as that's going to get. We might run over it one more time afterwards, but that is looking really clean. We use this one, and it's going to be a hard one to scrub. We do have, not sure how well you can see this, but we do have a lot of R still in there. I can't really get anything else off with my tweezers, so I'm gonna have to opt for IPA. Back. Oh yeah, a whole bunch of black goo coming off. Exactly what we want to see. Have that removed. Oh, they removed almost everything. There's still a little bit of green here that I want to clean up. Oh, I need it. There. Up. Gonna just require some pointy. And when I'm putting the tweezers in there, I am putting them in there a little tighter than you might think you want to, just so I can get the wipe in there. I'm trying not to scratch inside though. Except for when I might need to test. Okay. There is a little bit of stuck green in there. You can probably see right here. I need to put that up. Hopefully that's a little. I'll try to move that out of the way. Yeah, so in that groove, I'm just going to need to put more Kim wipe in. down so I can actually see what I'm doing. Um, Not getting anything else off, so I might just need to leave that there. But it doesn't seem to be harming anything. I would need some sort of super fine tip to get in there. I wonder if I've got anything that fits that description. Ah, might. Yeah, I think that is getting it. Something a little finer tip though. It is getting the rest of that belt. Try my best not to scratch the brass. But I do need to get that tip in there. Now that belt. Certainly is a lot cleaner in there than it was before. Oh, we're getting a little bit of tar there, okay. That is so much better. Yeah, so the tip of this pair of tweezers does seem to go in there. That. Oh, that is looking so much better. A little bit. IPA bath. Tiny bit there. I think that's it. Tiny little bit here. I wish I had a pair of good binoculars that I could use, or a magnifier that I could use and show on screen. That is going to be a future purchase, but right now, it's, that's about as good as I'm going to get there. All right. That's two down. Get the drive belt cleaned. See, there is some petroleum on it. Oh. It's going to be a pain to clean. Smallest of the lot, and so it requires a bit of precision work. It is also the motor, so I have to be very careful not to f it up. Not in a very good angle. So that the piece I'm working on is really, really small. Just gently rubbing around there. Rid of those. That's going to require a lot more work. I got quite a bit there. Let's have a look. There is still a lot in there. I have a feeling that I might just want to try to smoke that for a little bit. Let the rubber soak for a little bit. Might just be the drive belt motor as well. Might want to touch that. A little bit of IPA on. Stretching it with my pliers seems to be doing the trick. Just with it. Yeah. Look how dirty that is. Oh, hello, Minu. I see you've woken up. We have a computer. Our first hat is absolutely horrendous. I have my hand and I don't want to do it. See how long he stays before he wants to disappear. Because he's probably wanting my attention. My specific attention. Isn't that right, Minu? Yeah, you're looking at me. Not too happily either. Get quite a bit of dirtiness on this. See how that looks. Still very roady. I don't know how much I can do to fix that. Might just have to do that as it is. It could also be not dirty, and I could just be imagining things. Oh no, it's okay. Looking at it at a different angle, it looks fine. There is some green in there, but I don't think there's much I can do about that. Oh, no. There's some dirt. There is some dirt. And I don't know how much I can do about that. Very, very solid. I really wish I had something to be able to clean these out with, but I don't. Busting. No, you're not allowed it. No, you're not allowed it. He goes where he pleases. Oh, Christ. So many windows and layers, and it's not what I wanted to do. Let's come back to this. Let's take a look at this. This one I should just be able to slide my tweezers in and get everything because this is plastic and I'm not scratching it. Ah, there is goodness there. Right. Now, single layer can wipe. All that. What for? That is a lot cleaner. What are you up to? That that is up to no good. Very, very clean. I want to pass around that once more. That is clean. Let that dry. The last one we need to clean is this one here. There, all dirty. Bit of rubber here. There's a bit of rubber here. Here, this one's gonna need a bit of. So there with a tip first. Rid of any. That is that now. That is better times 10. I'm gonna do that again. fuck? Very nice. Only a few spots, I'm gonna have to go in there with some tweezers. Scraping it a little bit with some metal is loosening that up. Again, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on that. Just rubbing it gently. I'm gonna get this as clean as possible. The groove is there's a small groove there. That's sometimes the part that you might have to push down a little bit on. Not much you can really do about that. That is poked in there. Still some gunk there. It's at the top of the flywheel, so we might just need to stretch that with some pliers. Yeah, look at that. Way. No. Inu. No. You misbehaving. A little bit of black tar there, but that's fine. That just comes right off. Here. In here. The rest of it is just in that tiny little groove spot there. We are getting here. Great. And, with the oh, yeah, tiny bit of old rubber in might be good enough though. As long as we get rid of the big chunks. think we're getting there. This one should be done after one or two more cotton bud pulls. Yeah. Can't seem to get. That should be fine. I don't want to stretch it up too much, otherwise I'm going to be starting to scratch the bronze. I don't want to do that. With the flywheel out of alignment. But I think I'm just going to do part of this. But one break. I think we're good here. The coat that I was expecting to have is coming off. And other than that one spot, this is very, very clean. Kind of body. So the only one I have to worry about is this one here, which is more fidgety. There's no real way of me being able to get to it other than brute forcing my fingernail in there, hold it down. This is gonna take a little bit. Yeah. That really is a pain in the ass to get to. None of these are helping because I'm bending out, not in. I don't know how much of this I can get out. Just so small. Go with a toothpick in a sec. Maybe if I run up with a toothpick, it'll go well. even getting into the groove I needed to. If I button and no, there might not be much I can do about the dirtiness of this one. But a very fine tip. The needle does anything. Like the needle's something. A very fine skim off there, that's for sure. Hold it. Feels like it's digging into rubber. Yeah, it is. Getting in there. Alright, we have a solution. I can't really draw it off. Let me see if I can bend this needle. Bend the needle, then I should be able to hold it a lot better. I want to break it though. If I break it, I'm gonna have a piece of needle fly off. But not doing it very quickly, but it is doing it. Okay, little bits of rubber from it. Unfortunate. It's also mostly doing this blind. Big lump of rubber right there. I mean, it's looking a lot better. In fact, may have just done it. Very little rubber in there now. Right. Excellent. Yeah. Okay. So I can use this needle to get into the hard to reach spots because that's getting into some of the spots I couldn't get into before. That is great. Out here, that was not that one. Now we got rid of all of that. Okay, so I think this Just needs a little bit of a cleanse and then put the belt on. One last cleanse. And we'll let the IPA dry off. I can do about this. I want to be very careful on this one as well because I don't want to break any of the plastic teeth. Very good. Okay. We get our replacement belt. This hooks in very peculiarly. Goes in, up, down, around, around, back over to yonder. That's the belt. And you can see, we move one of the wheels, everything moves with it. So this should be good to go, except we do need to do a sound test. Which I bought a 7 kilohertz at minus 10 decibel, and a 1 kilohertz and 3 kilohertz at 0 decibel reference tape. Before I go in there, I am going to give the head just a bit of clean. And the way that I am going to measure this is by using a application on another phone, which I do need to download. Hopefully it will let me into the store. This is a really old phone. Where is my app store? Play Store. Oh, I'm offline. Yourself. Oh no, this does need to be connected to a Wi-Fi. Give me a second. I haven't remembered it yet. That's not the one I told you to connect to. Hey. It was not wanting to connect to my Wi-Fi. Nope. Can you like the address? Connected, no internet. Okay, there we go. in. On here. Seriously? I have to put this phone for a sec. I have to take this off the clamp. Me. Nice. What was the app that these? Could just be any old sound meter. Okay, so it should just be any old sound meter. Think try one on this phone. No, no. Let me try. This one. Why that phone? Okay, so this is going to take a bit because I have not used this phone in forever, and I had only just connected it to the internet for the first time in 4 years, 5 years. Another phone that I would like to use, but I need to replace the battery in it because Google decided that it is not going to be the kind of thing that it wants to connect to the internet or connect turn on unless you have a bloody no off. I just want that app. All I want. Oh, I should probably have a set of speakers for this as well, shouldn't I? That might help. I didn't think this through now, did I? I do have a set of speakers. I just have to figure out where I put my audio cable for it. It might. I think I might know what it is. So while this is thing downloading, I'm gonna go look for that. I wasn't able to find the exact box of was port cable. Not in there. I might be able to do. We might be able to do something else. Just put the tape in. Now we want this. I am going to need to. Right. So we're going to crank this up a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up to this. Is Hepahones. Which hooks to this. Which I then hook to this. Which then I'll hook to my TV. We'll see if that works. Why not? I have to find my proper cable. White. Red. Just play with the TV. Gonna let me. No. Hello. Moment. Then we switch this over here. And I need a battery in. Actually, no, I don't need to put a battery in. I need to hook it up to my bit tests the power supply. Oh boy, this is a lot of work. So, what was the power rating on this thing again? It said 5 volts. 5 volts, 3 volts? Well, these are Richard one like that. It's usually 1.3 1.2 volts. Alright. 1.5 volts. So I'm going to hook this up to my bench power supply. And I'm going to do this off the screen. But I need to calibrate this to a particular amperage. So I'm going to hook this up to negative, which is hooked up to my negative lead. I can't find where my black monolith is. I'm trying to find it again. Actually, no. I shouldn't be hooking this up to my best power supply. I've got a battery adapter I can use. That will save us a little bit of annoyance. Now we put in one of our apps. If I switch this over to tape, which it should be. Yep, never hit play. It's playing. That's good. And we are getting sound. 7 kilohertz sound, I believe. Yes, I know that this. Did it even download the app? Alright, let's stop that. Is it still downloading the app, or is it? No. Where's my fucking? No, it's re-downloading the sound meter. Is it downloaded this time? No. Can it not download on this? Come on. Yeah, unfortunately, this device is stuck on Android 7. I'm trying to get it updated to Android 11 at least. Oh my fucking god. But doing that is a challenge in itself. Don't think it's down the app. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, downloaded. See if it works. Allow. Okay, so what happens now? Wow, that is not fast. Yes, it works properly. Oh, he's not measuring anything. I need. Alright. I need something that measures kilohertz. Uh, that's a generator. What I would like. Suppose hertz. Okay, this one seems good. Right, let's see if it'll download. Okay. You're not giving me a clear indication of. All right, I'm gonna need to find an app on. Now there was this guy on YouTube that will repair a few things and measure. He measured it, so maybe it is someone that's maybe I can find the app from there. I think it's this guy. You sound take back together, and he has a app on his phone that does not have a name. Use the Google machine. Try to figure it out. audio so Spectroid came up as the first result. And look at that, it's already on my list. Right, this app. Wow. Ooh, that is quite nice. Ooh, look at all that bouncy bounce. Okay, let's give this a shot. It's reading at 6546, so it's running a little slow. So let's try to adjust this. The diameter is going to be I need to use a flat blade for this. Only needs just a tiny little tap. There we go. That got it to 7031. And I'll show you that just again. It got to 7031. Oh, not playing because I got the tape out. Yeah, so that is great. Now I'm going to try it on the other side. We should get either a 1 or a 3 kilohertz tone. Come on. We're getting 7. I did switch sides. Not hearing anything. No, put it up to the TV. I'm not hearing anything. Right, well, I think the app itself is fine, but the method that I'm using to test is not. I need a proper audio to audio cable to plug into something to properly test that, and I can't seem to find my audio to audio. There is one other thing I can try, just for shits and giggles. Let's try the headphones and see if the mic can pick up playback from these. And it could be either a 1 or a 3 kilohertz tone. Can I hear anything? I can hear a hiss. I'm not hearing the mic on this thing. And just to make sure. Oh, this isn't even playing at the moment. Oh boy. Why isn't that? Oh no. Why isn't it playing now? There we go. Connector wasn't plugged in properly. And I just want to make sure that it's picking the audio frequency up from the other side with this. Because if it is, then I can use the headphones, and then I have to figure out what's going on with the frequency. Oh, for crying out loud. The wrong thing again. Yeah, it is. Yes, Minu. So we are getting the 7 kilohertz tone, but we're not getting the 1 kilohertz tone that we want. So, according to the listing on eBay, half of this should be 1 and half of this should be 3. So, let's rewind. Maybe we're at a dead spot on the tape. Oh, that's all the way back. What doesn't seem to be wanting to work? Fast forward? No, that was rewind. Well, that's fast forward. Look at these dirty buds. Bit of a clean because they are grody. I'll be looking at my ear wax, dude. Pop that there. I need to adjust the turn off time for this screen. That's a lot cleaner. That should be fine. Back on. Happens now. We're generating 7 kilohertz. Maybe he screwed up and recorded at 7 kilohertz. Could possibly be. I can always reach out to the seller and double check. To make sure that he didn't do that, because I'm getting 7 kilohertz signals from both sides of the tape. And what I want is a 1 kilohertz, close to a 1 kilohertz signal on one side of this. Yes, see? It's bizarre. Alright. Let me try. Why are you spinning? Let me try listening to a tape. Let me see how it sounds. My bare naked ladies in. I'm going to mute the microphone just in case it starts playing over some sort of speaker. Okay, so I'm getting audio. It's good. And it sounds like it's playing at the right speed. So maybe they accidentally recorded both sides at 7 kilohertz? Yeah, that's bizarre. Make sure that is the correct headphone slot. Yep, it is the correct headphone slot. Alright, so I'm probably going to have to test that one on another tape. That's bizarre. Because this could be reading 7 kilohertz on one side and 1.3 and 3.3 kilohertz on the other. 1 and 3. But we did get this tuned. I'm going to test this offline just to compare it to a song playing through YouTube to make sure that they both end at the same speed, just to double check. Otherwise, this one is probably fixed. Move this take out. Sounds play. Great. I'm going to move this. Move these two switches for up, up, and up. Yep, okay. We're back together. Good news because this can now be given to the cell. I am missing my norm, mid, max. That 0, 2. That needs to be put in underneath. In that slides. Yeah, there we go. About on. You don't want to pinch anything. It should just collapse on. I need to do that right now. Why are you being right? There we go. We got our B modes, our volume. Oh, right. Or did I not put them up and up? Did I put them down and down? Is that up and up? Now the right place. Up on. Perfect. Now we get our screws and put this back together. Again, I'm going to do another testing of this before I give it back, but as far as I'm aware, it is tuned correctly. I need to test this tape on another device just to see if it does cut over to 103 kilohertz at some place, because I think both sides are playing at the same frequency, and I don't want that. That's not the right one. Is Wonderful. Pop this back on. No. That one didn't have one. And we put our battery case up, back on. Ooh. That back on. Down. Off. Nope. Oh, it's catching, but it's still not fully on. Right. Further. Alright, that'll do. There we go. That one fixed. Very lovely looking device. Does catch on the... I really wish I could fix that, but it does catch on the release mechanism down. But I guess that also is an indication of being tight. The one thing I don't like about this Walkman is that loose here. The catch is up here, which is weird because this one part here can bend a little bit. AM/FM works. This is all these sliders are in the right position. Yeah. Very lovely Walkman. I'm gonna put this back into this container and say that it just needs find a little bit of stick. So, oh, need to get my battery back. That here. That should be 0042. Where are you? Down. Now, from a different F404 with or by open uh, is uh, this line that I have used yourself. Why are you? Yes. Uh, Now, I want to work on more Xboxes. The Xbox that I was working on yesterday, or the day before, I should say, had six capacitors replaced at the expense of my sanity and the clock cap removed. Um, it looks like, I think it was like one of these looked like that the corrosion was just starting on the CPU GPU caps. So I think it was this one. A tiny little bit of corrosion was starting on there. I didn't replace all of the caps, um, but I got rid of the main ones. Now the problem with that one is that the DVD player is not working, even though we had got it working before. So I'm gonna put that one aside temporarily so I can start working on others, and I will work on the sound issue offline. I mean, the DVD issue offline, because I don't think anyone wants to watch me adjust a potentiometer continuously to try to get this thing working. Interesting that I think this is the one that belongs to the other F404. I put that one back up here. This one belongs to the other F4. Oh boy. I did get some new thermal paste. I got 20 grams of MX4. This was like 20 bucks or so. And I do like the Arctic brand. Um, and hopefully this should last me a few applications. Look how chunky this boy is. Big chunky boy. Um, Now, surprisingly, it was a lot cheaper than a lot of the other ones, and Arctic is a really good brand as well. I use a lot of Arctic Silver, which I should probably get away from using because it is ridiculously expensive now. Um, Mostly because I picked that up locally, and they like to rip me off locally. Um, the other thing that I got, which should make this less painful, is the cheapest desoldering pump that I could find, heated desoldering pump that I could find on Amazon. Ooh, it comes with instructions and a clean thing. So basically, it's like one of those push down pop pumps, but it's just got a heated tip, and I'm hoping that makes this a little easier to putz around with. I'm going to need to find a place to plug this in. I think I know where. Does this have an on-off switch is the main question. No. Alright, well, let's read these instructions, which fold out. I hate these types of instructions. Warning, warning. I do like how they put in warning there twice. This must be connected to a properly grounded socket. This does not inspire confidence, considering that there is no ground on here. And this is not polarized, so it doesn't fucking matter. Do not immerse in water. Do not touch when the surface is hot. Avoid burns. Okay, well, that's... I think these are just warnings. What about the other side? So the instructions? Yeah. Button. Rod. Power cord. Heating indicator. Heating cord. Really would be nice if this thing had an on-off switch. Warm up for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so this is going to require several minutes of heating. Again, I don't have any high expectations for this thing, but I am going to try to use it. Let's find a victim. Let's find a victim. Number 25. 25 is a 1.0 console. It's marked as bad visuals. Oh boy. Out of the way for now. I have not finished my snack yet. I should probably do that. The Minu has gone back in for a nap. Darts. Right, this was replaced under warranty. Since I've still got screws from another one, I'm going to put all the screws over here. Every time I hear the chirping in the background of this song, I keep thinking that it's Metroid. Kind of weird, but it's, it's disgusting. We're not replacing. Down a little bit. These 5 caps replacing, and I need to remove the quad cap. This one here. That's the controller order board, which they did away with in 1.1. Brute force it out. I hate these power supplies. I hate these power supplies. Back in the day. Bit. Yep. Hold on something. There we go. This aside, the case looks rather clean. There is a little bit of dust on this, so I'm going to give this a quick scrubbing. Look over here. Up. And cotton. most of this is just luck. It looks like there's a little bit of dirt, and then looks like there's a little bit of like what I would see as flux. All right. Well, we need to remove the CPU heatsink and the GPU heatsink. One should just be a matter of pushing down, clipping. That's. Then we want to wiggle. No, that's not going to work. All right. So I'm going to unscrew the fan. Drive it a bit by once. Nope. What I meant to grab. Now, you can tell that this was a Microsoft's first generation thing because they knew that this was overheating and they thought, let's just slap a fan on it. That'll do. And then they use a Generation 1 fan. Like, they use this proprietary fan that is known to, like, not be sourceable. This is, like, you can't find this fan anywhere. And then they've just screwed it directly to the heatsink. That is going to require a little bit to get off. This, on the other hand, is probably going to need tweezers, and I'm going to need to grab it from that side probably. So, actually, let's see if I can grab it from this side. Where did I put my needle-nose pliers? That's not a needle-nose plier. My needle-nose pliers are... yeah. Let's see if just enough from this. No, I need to remove the heatsink. We'll just grab the two. I don't know if it will because there's this little clasp here, but so grab this and lift up. There we go. And the reason that we don't want to try to do it with this is that this, I don't trust this plastic. Wiggle this. I can wiggle that. So this lets me wiggle that off. There's not much on there. I do need to replace that. This one will require some heat to take off, so I might heat it from the underside. Do I do that now? Might be an idea. Actually, no. If I heat it directly with a heat sink and avoid the plastic, I should be fine. So I'm going to turn on my heat gun. I'm going to put this down to low fan speed. And I'm just going to tackle it from the top. Doesn't need to be too hot. It needs to get toasty enough for me to be able to wiggle it. Should be enough. That's not quite. Getting toasty. And that is letting me wiggle it. So that's perfect. Doesn't need a lot of heat, just needs get to the point where you can wiggle the putty underneath. And there we go. Awesome. Now that the heat sinks are off, we can take on these 5 caps. Let me double check what the clock cap is. It's either this one or that one. I think it's this one, because usually it's the one that's double signaled. That is the one at the bottom. So it is this one here. So now I am going to make some room because I am testing this heat gun and it needs a place to rest. My spot is not very good right now. Trying this live. Did I put the this is the stand it came with. Quality. And it's supposed to sit like that. Oh boy. I certainly hope that this makes this easier to do. I'm gonna have to plug it in at the back. Find a way to. This thing really needs an on-off switch. I don't like this thing already because it doesn't have one. I could take that one up and plug this in instead. It needs to be plugged into a proper ground up. Not even polarized. And this needs to heat up for about 3 to 5 minutes. The light is on. Fantastic. While that heats up, let's take care of the thermal paste. Or take care of some of the thermal paste. Now, that doesn't look as bad as what the one on Thursday did. Where is my sponge? Ooh, I can smell it smoking. I hope that's a good thing. Ooh, it is actually smoking. Again, that's a good thing. I have no expectations of this device. It was $25 on eBay. Is the cheapest one that I could find. I am just hoping it works until I can afford a good proper one, like a Harco. I just didn't want to spend too much money on one that was like, yeah, it's okay. It'll work, and then be a pain in the ass to clean. There's one that there was a review of one that I saw where the guy was like, this is pretty good, except that cleaning it is the worst part. And then he compared it to a Harco, I think it was an F301, and he was like, yeah, I am just purely because of how easy it is to clean, I am switching, even though it is like twice as expensive. So I might as well just go for one that I know is going to be quality. I'd love to get an 808, but they are discontinued and expensive on eBay. Okay. That is smoking quite a bit. Let's give it a try, I guess. We've given it some time. That is really smoking. It is not instilling confidence in me. Let's try the clock capacitor one here. The way that these things usually work is you put the nozzle over, then it melts the solder. Try this top one first. Then, oh, I think that pretty good job. Try this one. Doing something. Oh my god, it is smoking a lot. Yeah, it is doing something. I don't. I think I have to do it a couple of times. So right now I've just got the. I don't think it's touching any solder, but it is touching the pin. Oh, Chinesium there, and I'm just going to let that touch the bit for a little bit, and that Christ thing smokes. Try one of the caps. Gonna be one of these. Oh, I should probably down. I mean, oh, okay, there we go. So I just got the heat tip to heat it up. It does look like it wants to. It does seem like it's heating the solder up, which is good. Not sucking it up very fast. Maybe I should put more solder on here so it gets a good solder connection. I mean, it's doing something. The larger or the smaller tip? I wonder. Okay, I can feel it weird on this end. About what here? Feeling the top one. I'm not feeling this lead here moving. Fuck me, that's much worse than a. Okay, so this one is moving. This one is not. One's moving perfectly. Yeah. Oh, I've been wiggling the wrong one. Okay. Yeah, wiggle that one a little bit more. Heat on it. I guess it could be a review of the cheapest soldering iron on eBay at the same time. I mean, the soldering gun. Does that now come out? It does. Ooh. Well, it is. It is coming out. Side is stuck a little bit. I think there was a little bit of excess solder on the tip. I'm just going to push that back and let the solder melt. Suck it, and we've got one leg out and the other leg out. Okay, so it is working. Not very fast, but it is working. And it did a hell of a better job than what I did yesterday. So yeah, it does require you to hold it there for about 20 seconds to let it flow. And you do need to pump it a couple of times because this is a manual release and it doesn't feel very quick, or it doesn't feel very quick when it's pumping. But with a couple of pumps, it does seem to do the trick. It's not smoking as much as it was before, which is good, because that had me worried. It did come with another nozzle, but I think the other nozzle is supposed to be larger. To the other side. You can feel the capacity. Like I can. Oh yeah, see, look at that. I think this is just one of those you have to get used to it kind of things. That one might actually just come out already. Yeah, look at that. There's a little bit of solder stuck on this one that needs to be released. The other leg, I only had to do. I only had to one and done it. Yeah. Just put that down for a second. Straighten this leg out. I think the leg is just not straight and it's causing problems. There we go. Yeah, that's doing a job. I probably just put a little bit of flux on there. Let's probe with a little bit of flux. This one here. I mean, for 25 bucks, I can't complain. It other than the fact that it was smoking worse than a 2-pack a day smoker at the beginning. But smoking has subsided, so it's probably just the elements needing to have first heat up. It's still smoking a little bit. Not great. And I'm holding it like this so people can see what I'm doing. Right up against the board. Give it a couple of seconds, then it's another pump. I'm going to give it a little bit of a wiggle to see if it's freeing. Do the other side. No, it's moving. Okay. No. That did remove quite a bit of solder. fastest. But for Babby's first desoldering gun, heated desoldering gun, I need to keep reminding. You could do a lot worse. Won't trust the coil to last too long. Okay, that one's loose. That one's loose. The legs are loose. The legs are out. Good. Then it's just going to be these two. Flux. A bit more flux. Need to be too much. And then we're going to go. Oh, did I remove the clock cap? No, I didn't. Then we're going to remove the 2 clock caps. I mean, the 1 clock cap. Going rather well. So much better than Thursday. Thursday was a disaster. Yep, that one's free. Oh, this one's coming up. Oh! Need to remind myself not to do that. That leg's already free. Yeah, that push down while the nozzle was going down. Okay. One leg's coming out. The other leg is still got a little bit of solder that it needs freeing. Nice and easy. Okay. Yeah, I can already feel this wiggling. Let's build a little. There we go. Might actually just come out now. Yeah. And now the clock cap, which is these 2 pins here. Those legs are not giving me confidence. Be a bit of test because these legs are pointing out a little bit, so hopefully the nozzle can take this. That's funny. Oh, it's even heated up the other end. This clock cap is just loose. That's just loose. I wonder if that's corroding. having a bit of a hard time coming out. That one's... Oh, I think there might be a little bit of corrosion there. We got it coming out. It just needs one more heat. Did get the solder moving. Actually, if I just heat that, I'm not replacing the clock cap anyway. I can probably just get that to come out before. There we go. Yeah, it started to corrode. Bugger. Alright. Well, I can't say that this was absolutely terrible. I mean, that did all... Like, that removed 6 capacitors in about 10 minutes, which isn't the speediest, but it was certainly a lot faster than trying to do it manually like on Thursday. That was hell Thursday. And this, like, other than the Picaday smoker shit going on, I'd say it was terrible. I just had a little bit of corrosion. That is fine. We're not replacing this. I might want to reflow and suck that back out. I might do. Turn on soldering station. Let's add a little bit of solder to front. And then I'll suck that back out because I want to try to get rid of that corroded solder. Where is my solder? There. A little bit on the tip. Okay. There is my here. Now the fact that this desoldering gun didn't come with a proper holster for the tip is kind of a put off. But again, it was $25. I think if you charged an extra $5 and put a proper like soldering, like a proper holder like this is an expensive one, but just something with a spring on it or something that you can put that in, I think it would attract a lot more people to use it. You don't want to use sponges on hot stuff because it'll oxidize. Let's plug this back in and see what we can do. A little bit of solder. Give that a second to heat up. And yes, my desk is an absolute mess. I'm not going to eat this anymore because it's been contaminated. With what they make ladies out. I'll put my reference tape back in. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I put enough solder in there. That's fine. Uh, that. So yeah, 25 bucks for this thing. Not bad. Not a absolutely terrible thing. Fixing the club cap, and I just want to make sure that there is no corrosion. That club cap was starting to corrode. Good thing that we did move it. And okay. And just to show a state of those caps that I removed, all the way through, all the way through, all the way through, all the way through, and all the way through. This thing did a really good job at clearing the holes, I have to say. Could have, I mean, it's not a fast device, but for someone's first um, desoldering gun, it's pretty good, yeah. All right, well, let's remove some of this touching. I want to remove this first, and yeah, I want to remove all this first before I put the heat sinks on. Put the cap on. I'm gonna put the heat sinks back on first. At least this one, because even though it's gonna add to the heat that I'm gonna need to put on for the caps to get a hold, um, putting the clamp back on while the capacitors are at is so much easier to do. Toothpick. Toothpick time. Trying to get rid of as much of that. Try to free up the putty. We're going to need more work on this side. Let's do the CPU first. Yeah, to be able to clean that. Yeah. A little bit of a clean over here. Not to scratch that die. Not worried if there's still a little bit on there, but I do want to get the majority of the large off. Yeah, that one get rid of. That's good enough. Now we just need to worry about the big boy. But I'm going to use a spudger. Get rid of as much of this chunky stuff as possible. If everyone's having a good day. Anyone who is watching, thank you for joining. Educational or relaxing or something. To have you here. Even if you're not, you don't have to talk. What is the time? About 15 minutes before I have to feed the cat. Let's see if we can get these dies cleaned up before then. Quickly the heat sinks as well, because I'm going to have to wash my hands before I feed kitty. I'm currently taking a little nap. Might hold off on food until he wakes back up and starts putting the food. And one thing that might also help with cleaning this is heating it up a little bit. This is very old putty. Does move a lot better when it's heated up. I might blast it with my hot air gun for 20 seconds or so to make it a little bit more viscous. Do that on the heat sinks as well. And I'm going to only do it for a few seconds around the plastic parts. I'm going to turn the airspeed down so I can get it directly on the CPU and just do it for a few seconds. The heat sinks I'm going to do for a little longer because they're heat sinks. Will hold the heat. Moving. Does look like it liquefied a little bit on one of those. Okay. Seconds. On for a few seconds. Off for a few seconds. Don't want to overheat the GPU. I don't want to melt any of the bits. That should be enough. See how viscous it is now. It's a lot better. I can doodle with a okay. Doodle for toothpick, no problem. And yeah, see, lice and viscous on the heat are toasty warm. Let us go back to the GPU while it is hot or warm. Much of this viscosity off. Get the top cleared, then we can finish off with the sides. Want to get rid of all the big chunky stuff from the sides first. How much cleaner that is getting. I am putting down a little bit of pressure with the Q-tips, but I'm also using plastic Q-tips and using the plastic to dig into the thermal putty. Very light pushing though. It's making it doing a pretty good job. Like trying to get bubble gum out of someone's hair without chopping all the hair off. over here. Once again, I'm not using a toothbrush because I don't want the toothbrush to get clogged. I'd rather use a ton of these. This one, I just want to make sure that the top is clean and that most of the chunky bits are off. 5. Might give this another treatment just so I can loosen up some of the last bits of hiding. Up. And I'm going to give these another, even though they're still warm, I'm going to give them another heat treatment. Well, I don't need to move around as much. Again, I'm just being very quick with some very low airspeed on those. Toothpick. And yeah, that's 100 viscosity. Sides. Right, we just need to clean the top. I'm going to go in here with a Kim wipe and scrubbing. Still very, very choppy on the top. Looks a lot better than it did before, but nope. No one just woke up. No one knows what time it is. Walk over to me, or does he walk over to both? That is as good as we're going to get. Very warm, right? Yes, I'm well aware. Has 2 minutes. don't know where Cat has gone. He has 2 minutes left before I think. That heat sink is nice and clean. Last one done real quick. Let me actually use a spudger to get most of that grime off. Okay. Most of the big chunks off. Almost spick and span. Q-tip to it. Oh, nice and clean. Okay. About as clean as I'm going to be able to get the GPU die. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm going to go feed the cats, wash my hands, not in that order. Stand up, stretch, and then we'll come back. I'm going to put the CPU back on, the CPU heatsink back on. No. Yeah. The CPU heatsink back on, the 5 caps back on, the GPU back on, and we're going to test it. Right. Alrighty. Kitty cat has been fed. I might do one more board and then call it for night for the stream. I might come back later tonight. I might not. Been trying to maintain a proper sleep schedule, but I also want to go get myself some. So, first things first, let's clean our spudger. A lot of old. Got our new thermal compound. Probably too much, but we can always clean that up with a Q-tip. Probably a little bit much. I might put some on the die. I like to use the spudger because I don't trust being able to put on a perfect amount of thermal dye, thermal paste. Make sure I can put on a thin coating. Sorry about that. No, it was this one I wanted to not do first. It was this one I wanted to do first because it's out of the way. This one, okay, yeah, I remember how I did it yesterday. So I put some thermal paste on there. That's fine. Whoops, I need to tap off. I'm going to put some thermal paste on this one. More than you. We'll need a little bit more. That should. Do have a little bit of thermal paste over left. I do want to try to get some on that corner. Turn off. No, no, no. Why? Alright, well, I've put on quite a bit of thermal paste. If it squeezes out, it squeezes out. But it is covering the die pretty well. And I believe it was hanging up like that. Because this was touching this. So we shall put. Yeah, I can. Because if I try to put it this way, it's going to be out of line. So we put this one like that. Get our brackets. Bracket was facing this side, I believe. Oh, no, it would be this way, and then it would be clamped down there. At least that's how it should be. Doesn't matter. As it goes on. I'm doing ready dinner. That is on. Fantastic. Now these are 6.3 1500s. And these are my 6.3 1500s. Yep, 1500, 6.3. I need 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these should be going on a lot easier than the ones from yesterday. It should not take me 8 hours to do one concept. So once again, the shorter lead is the negative. It's also the one that's got a mark there. That's our negative there, so we're just going to go ahead and slide this in. 1. 2. 3. 4. And make sure that they get held in. We're just going to pin the ends of them gently. Forward shoulder. A little bit of flux on each of them. Iron up. Perfect. Iron it is at 350. Clean out tip. Tiny. Water. Over. Touch the side. Let's soak up. That should just go into the hole. That look. That looks very good. Next one. Play. It'll play there. Order. Next. Yeah, might be coming to visit. What I'm doing is I'm touching both the lead and the metal at the bottom where the lead goes through, just to make sure it is sucking in a bunch of solder. Go through and inspect our work in a moment. A little bit more. In very well. Angle. Better. One. Better. One. We just want to make sure that it gets in a connection first. Then we're going to chop the legs and fix the joints. Good. Side. Four. Let us inspect our work. Get our IPA. Scrub. Scrub. Take a look at our work. These are primarily fine. Fine. That one needs a little bit more, but it's fine for now. That one needs more, but is she okay to hold? That's fine. These are fine. We're going to go through over them once more, but we just wanted to make sure that the leads were through and that they're holding. We don't want to snip them too low. A millimeter off the board should be fine. one's a little high. Fantastic. Now we're just going to put on a little bit more flux, and we're going to bubble over the. Just so they've got nice sort of bubbles. And so it also gives it a chance to properly soak some solder into the hole if it didn't get a chance. Depending on that angle. Let me see if I can better it. You're not going to be able to see it very well until we bring it closer to the camera, or at least until I clean the flux off. It might have been cut a little bit too short. That's fine. Those bubbles. I think they're fine enough. A little bit of this. And this one's fine. This one's fine. This one's fine. This one's fine, and that one's fine. Yeah, that one's fine. All right, so that was so much easier than yesterday. Oops. So I'll just show that again because the light was in the fucking way. So where were we? Yeah. So it bubbled, 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 bubble, 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 bubble. Some of these are not as obvious as others, but I can see that they are bubbled. And we do have a visitor on the cam. I might need to pay attention to. I want to clean that up because I fucked that up a little bit. How I did that, but great. Now, seriously, you're gonna drop on me. Oh, that's too much. That is way too much. So a lot of that's got to get wiped. It is a shame, but you know, not much I can do. Spudger, spudger, spudger. We need inlet layer. May remove too much. Yeah. Lesson here: remove with your spudger, not with a cotton wool bud. Then I'm going to remove some of the excess with a cotton wool bud, just around like so. Yeah, a little bit. One step, wanna. Perfect. Right. Put our chunky heatsink. Grab our plastic holder. Put it onto the back first, even though that's where we removed it from. That's where we want to put the first set. Because for the second set, we can just push down like so and lock it in place. And that is how that's done. I mean, that's on, but you know, you sort of fly off before. Now we put on our shitty fan. I'm gonna give you a cat cam. Ooh, you're going my keyboard. Yes. There we go. The cat cam goes over like that. And now we put it back together. Awesome. Out. There we go. Now I am only going to put a few. Yeah, I'm going to put a few legs in. Then we're going to test everything. Make sure it all boots up. Make sure that the ground plane is working. Okay. Let's move this over to the test bench. We've got a different test game to test out just in case. It is Trans World Surf. It's cost me $3. I don't care if it's good or not. I just want to make sure that console works. I got that just in case my original Xbox, my split disc doesn't work. Over. I'm going to quickly grab things that it needs for it to boot up, like the DVD drive and the hard drive and the daughter board for the controllers. And I'm not doing this directly on top of the other one. I'm doing this on top of the Splinter Cell case. So it's fine. I know what I'm doing. I hope. I need to plug that back in here first. No. Put this in like this first. Then I plug the power in for the. Oh my lord, so many cables. And now I plug this in like that. Plug the controllers in. There is a reason why they did away with this daughter board. Plug the power into there. Plug the hard drive in first. Of course, the hard drive goes in first. Go. I'll supply E-drive. Oh no, the DVD drive goes in first, doesn't it? I'm an idiot. That flat, that mostly flat. hard drive in. All right. And now a game capture. Does it boot up? Yes, it does. It did, and then it turned off because I pressed the power button. Fix that again. Pop out the DVD drive. Nope. The Xbox requires service. Okay, let me make sure I got everything plugged in. Nope. Cool. So what did I mess up? Did I forget to plug something in? Did I kill something? Did I put a capacitor in the wrong way? I don't think I did. Oh, well, the power for the DVD drive came out. That just flew out, so that could be it. Well, no, the DVD drive was spinning. Let's check everything. Negative. Ah, that is live. Whew. Negative, 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 negative. Yeah, everything looks fine. The controller board is plugged in. Do not forget to plug anything in. It could just very well be that it won't get a proper signal from the hard drive power cable. It felt like it was working, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe I was filling the hard drive. Come on, get in there. There you go. I'm gonna laugh if I've completely fucked this one up. Operate. Let's try that again. There we go. Now the DVD drive was popping out. Get Mr. Duke. Plug him in. Big Duke. Big Duke. Boot into a game. It's booting into a game. No, it's asking for the time and date. There we go. So the DVD drive works. The hard drive works. Everything. The main clock. The main capacitors have been replaced. The one capacitor that hasn't been replaced is the clock cap, which is fine. I don't think anyone really cares about date and time. You can't connect this to Xbox Live anymore. If people do care about the date and time, they can solder on their own clock cap. Either that, or they can do what literally everyone wants on these things and soft mod it. Oof. All right. Well, this one's good to go. So I'm going to turn this off. They've taken out my game. I'm going to now move everything back over here and put in all the rest of the screws. Off my phone. Two, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Oh, there's the last one. Okay. Push. So make sure all the connectors are in. Now, DVD, CD, hard drive. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you are just making yourself at home, aren't you, Mino? Yeah. No, this one wants to come above. Alright. Find the hole for it. The flop. Here we go. These, no, was it those 3? Did I put them over there because I'm stupid? I believe I did. Yeah, just gonna grab those 3 anyway. Got plenty of them. Okay. 025. Don't know what they were complaining about bad visual, but what I might do is plug this in and let it run overnight just to see if anything bad happens with the visuals, but everything looks fine. So I'm going to screw this on. I'm going to turn it on one more time just to make sure it's working, and then it boots up into the dashboard, and then this one is good to go. Again, the bad visual could be overheating, it could be bad capacitors, so replacing those should have alleviated that issue, but I will keep it powered on overnight just to make sure. That is 8, so maybe another Xbox and then we call it quits. Okay. I'm just going to do this off screen. I don't want to have to move anything over, and you probably don't want to see me do that. Ryan, power in, turn on the Elgato, pop it on. Boots up into the dashboard. We'll get the splash screen. The cat is gone. Go into the dashboard. Goes into the dashboard. Ask for a date and time. Boss. Well, let's like the date and time first. Oh, why did I do that? A game in there. Why did it do that? Maybe it just recognized that there was a controller plugged in. I don't know. Yeah, plugs into the dashboard. All right, so that's all good. I will give this one a thorough testing tonight, but it should be good to go. 025. Quote unquote bad visual goes up. But that would have the fix. The 0025 into progress. So I don't have. I don't think I have any more Xboxes that don't also require the DVD. You have one that's bragging. Some of these require additional work. 001 HP work on 00. So this one has a stuck DVD drive. I think I cleared it. I want to say I cleared it. But I might not have. Actually, let's test that. I know this one needs a new belt, but I'd at least test to see if the stuck belt has been freed up. No, it doesn't. Okay. This one just needs a new belt. With it. Might end up doing is just replacing all of the caps on these Xboxes and then going back just to save some time. Anything else that I can work on right now? Yeah, I think we can replace some caps. These are the 5 caps that were removed. One was showing signs of corrosion, as you can see, but it did no damage to the board. So we are good. Actually, I might call it there for a few reasons. One, I want to get something to eat. Two, I want to clean my workspace up a little bit. Three, I want to work on why this Xbox isn't working, and I want to get that one sent out. And four, I want to figure out what's going on with that tape that I got. Because it should certainly be playing properly, and it's not. Got a lot of things I can do offline. Actually, I don't know. I'm trying to think, is there something that we can do that's not on the box? Yeah, I need to start working on this way life as well. This mess. Uh, I have to work on this mess. Save this for tomorrow. Let's just. Yeah, I want to continue streaming, but at the same time, I also just want to get food. Good motherboard power. Switch needs refurb. Here's a third. What's this? Why did I put a J on here? think I might work some of these offline because I want to be able to get something interesting to show. I want people to just both watch me do a whole bunch of random shit with these. Alright, so today we fixed a Xbox and we fixed a tape player. I'm gonna test the tape player again, comparing it to one of the songs that I got on tape to YouTube, just to make sure that it is playing at the right speed. And I've got an Xbox that I need to power on and let run overnight. That, and then tomorrow I should hopefully have some of this shit sorted so we can work on some of this. And hopefully I'll figure out what's going on with that DVD drive. I need to replace the LEDs. Maybe the one that I've got that's listed with as parts has the same DVD drive in it, or maybe I could replace it. I'm not sure if they're married or if they did the marrying process this early. But we shall see. So a bit of a shorter stream today, but I think we covered a lot. Thank you for joining, and I shall see you later.